Man, I'm gassed. It's gonna be a long ride back to the campsite. Oh well. Maybe I'll have an espresso first. That ought to help. Hey folks, Dayhacker from the 6 here. This is the Outin Nano, a portable, battery-powered espresso maker. And you can make regular coffee, you can make lattes, make an espresso, you can make it on the trail, at home, back at the campsite, you name it. I'm gonna finish this espresso. Let's head back to the campsite, and I'm gonna do a full review of this portable espresso maker. All right, I'm back to the campsite, and what a campsite it is. And before we get started, I just want to disclose that Outin did send me the Nano for free, but with no guarantee of a video. Everything that I'm about to tell you that I've learned in the 7 months of using the Outin Nano is my own opinion. They have no influence on the content of this video whatsoever. Let's get one thing straight right off the bat. This thing makes fantastic coffee. In fact, I wouldn't be making the video if it didn't make fantastic coffee. Now, do I recommend it? Well, you'll have to wait till the end of the video to see that. But I will say right off the bat, it makes great coffee. In fact, it's good enough that we've stopped using our drip coffee maker completely, and we only use the espresso maker that we have on the countertop about half as often as we used to because we're using this guy so much. We're using it at home, I use it on the road on my trips, and I use it when I'm camping. Now, the Outin Nano works in two ways. The first way is the way you saw me use it on the bike trail, where I just pour cold water into it and the battery heats it up, and that will make you an espresso. However, you can also boil water using a stove. That uses a lot less battery. So if you use the battery in the Nano to heat the water, you're looking at maybe 4 or 5 uses. But if you're putting boiling water in there, you're looking at least a couple hundred. Outin says a couple hundred. I feel like I've been getting more. When I charge this thing, I'm thinking back, well, when was the last time I charged it? And I honestly can't think. How long does it take then to heat the water? Well, let's time it right now. So the easiest way to show you that is we're going to use an Nespresso capsule. So we grab a capsule and just put it inside of this. So this comes with the standard Outin Nano, and you get a regular basket for coffee grounds, plus you get the one for the Nespresso capsules. And we just put that in there, drop it in. I probably could have had a smaller bottle of water, but anyway, this is what I camp with. Put the lid on. All right, so I'm just going to hold the button down and start. So I will speed this up and you're going to see how long it took at the end. We're 1 minute and 43 in, and the second light is flashing. So that means we're somewhere between 25 and 50%. When the third light is flashing, 50 and 75. And then when the fourth light is flashing, 75 and 100. And then when they stop flashing, it beeps, and then the coffee actually gets made. And the fourth light is flashing, so we're very close. So it was 4 minutes and 50 seconds, and now it's making the coffee. Let's give it a taste. Nespresso capsules do not make as rich of a coffee as the coffee grounds do, especially if you get a really good coffee. We like to use the Illy Intenso Bold, and we found that when we weren't using coffees that were ground specifically for espresso, it wasn't giving us the crema that we wanted. But as soon as we switched to, and not just this brand, but just any brand that was espresso coffee specifically, then it made a huge difference in the richness and the amount of crema that we got. So that's something to keep in mind. If you get one of these and you're using regular coffee, you're not going to get the results you're looking for. You need to use a really good espresso coffee to get that really rich coffee. All right, so digging into my little bag of goodies here, I'm going to show you making a coffee with boiling water and also with coffee grounds. And this is the Basket Plus. So this is an optional piece. So it does come with a basket. It's exactly the same as this one, but about half the size. And both me and my wife are really caffeine addicts. So the single basket wasn't cutting it. And honestly, even the espresso pods, I really just use those like when I'm on the road and I just need a quick little boost while I'm driving. It's a nice break, stop at one of the rest stops, make an espresso, drink it, get back on the road. This is what we use to make my wife's lattes in the morning and what I use to make my coffees in the morning. So it's a double shot. And this, unfortunately, it did break. So this little piece is supposed to be attached and somehow it came out. Now it has not impacted the function at all. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to replace it. I'm not going to buy a new one. I just keep using this one. But just something to be aware of. Everything else has been absolutely top-notch. And keep in mind that we've been using this thing virtually every single day, multiple times a day for 7 months. So the pump and everything inside of the actual Outin itself has held up extremely well. Another neat feature that comes with the Basket Plus is a little funnel and then a tamper to tamp the coffee down. So you just scoop the coffee in. So as you can see, this funnel just keeps everything going where it's supposed to go. And then we use the tamper. Make sure it's tamped. And you get a really professional looking result. There we go. And this time, we just add the boiled water into the top. There we go. And I just give it a double click, and it just starts making the coffee right away. So I prefer this method, obviously because there's a lot less waiting involved. But both ways work great. But this little stove can boil the water in about 45 seconds to a minute. So versus the 4.5 or 5 minutes that the Outin takes. Now when I'm making my Canadian coffees, I'll let this run through, and then I'll actually give it another 40 or 50 mils or even 30 mils, but just a little bit more. Might as well extract as much out of that coffee as I can. There we go. And so we'll just pour a little bit more water in there. You're like half full. Put the lid on and double click again. And this gives you a lot more of crema and just makes the coffee richer and creamier, I think. And the nice thing is I haven't had to use a coffee maker, I haven't had to use a Bodum, I haven't had to use a percolator and all of the mess that's associated with that. This little basket is very easy to clean out. Just with a little spoon, just scoop it into the garbage can, and you're all set and ready for tomorrow. All right, we're all set. And now I'll just pour in the rest of the water. Add a little bit of milk. And there you go. This is the coffee that I drink every morning when I'm either in the RV or at home. And this is just a much richer coffee than what you get out of a coffee, like a drip coffee maker. So you can make lattes with the Outin because it's espresso. So you make a latte just the same way you would with any other machine.
Oh, so good.
So that really only leaves one last thing to do, which is to enjoy the coffee, but also just talk a little bit about portability. So as you can see, this is all of my coffee stuff for my RV. Just fits nicely in the pantry. I've got the coffee machine, I've got my capsules, and then I just have my espresso coffee separate. So this thing is ideal for RVing, but as you saw, I can just take this on its own with a capsule in it, and throw it into my pannier bag and have an espresso when I'm on a bike ride. I can throw it into my backpack and have an espresso when I'm on a hike. So very portable, very flexible, and if you need that little caffeine boost, it can be really nice to have it with you. So I highly recommend this in spite of the little problem we had with the basket. It just makes fantastic coffee. After 7 months of heavy use, it's still going strong. So big thumbs up to the Outin Nano. I'll leave a link in the description and also a 10% off discount code. I will say too, just keep your eye out for sales. They do go on sale every once in a while. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in another RV gear review video, check out this Renogy battery review, which I'll link up here. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.